out from the draft, how's the board stack up in terms of value in the 21 to 24 range where the Jaguars are?
It's impossible to predict, So I think there's going to be good players there, but in terms of, the runs that take place and where that goes, it's tough to see exactly who's going to be there when they pick because everybody's all over the map this year. So I think they're in a pretty good spot. They'll be able to go in a couple different directions. I think the corner group is so deep that I do feel like there's going to be a corner to their liking that's there, when they pick.
How about overall? This seems like a situation where value and need meet for them because they need an offensive lineman. They could use a corner, and Doug is never going to turn down a tight end that gives another weapon to Trevor.
Yeah, no, they're going to have options. I think there's going to be good players at all three of those spots. So, we'll see. Offensive line-wise, I kicked it around the other day about Bergeron, not to sleep on him as maybe somebody that could climb up and sneak into that mix. Tight end, I think you're looking at, Mayer's probably gone. Kincaid, I think, will be long gone. But Musgrave's a really good player, an intriguing player. Branch has been kicked around a lot. I think there's a chance Joey Porter Jr. is there when they pick. So if that's the case, that's what I would be leaning towards.
That would seem to be a steal. And not to make too heavy of a comparison, but when I look at him, I see the frame of Jalen Ramsey. I see that length and that height.
Yeah, no, and you look at who they have on the other side as well. So, it doesn't matter. The regimes have changed, but big, long, rangy, athletic corners have kind of been something they've made a habit of going after in Jacksonville.
Jaguars are sitting at 24 because the quarterback came on. And there's a thought that you just can't give him enough weapons.
That's what I've been screaming from the mountaintops, and I cannot wait to see Ridley and see what he looks like there. I've heard they're already throwing together. I'm excited to see what that looks like, but I'm going to talk about it on the draft. I'm just going to refer to it as the Mahomes doctrine, which is at some point in time you almost give up. You're not going to be able to stop them. So you might as well load up on offense and see if you can go into Kansas City and win a shootout. And if you've got 3, you need 4 weapons. If you've got 1 tight end, you need 2 tight ends. You can't have enough offense.
If there's a pass rusher there, if a Lucas Van Ness falls down, because you're just trying to break serve sometime in the third and fourth quarter, is that even more tantalizing than perhaps another offensive weapon?
I would be shocked if Van Ness were to get all the way down there, but if he does, I'd probably run that card up. So I think that's why they're in a pretty good spot where they can just see what falls to them, and they can go in a couple different directions. But they have a lot of pieces in that defensive front. I'm excited to see them continue to grow and see if they can, the group that they have right now, if they can continue to grow and take the next step.
How deep does this draft go? We've heard fourth round is about where you lose on impact players. Can they wait to find an offensive lineman at pick 56 or 88 or a tight end?
Yeah, I think the offensive line, particularly the tackles, falls off really early. So I think if you're looking at a collection of needs, if your offensive line and you're looking at tackle, maybe you can kick into guard as well, I think you probably have to address that early. I don't believe in the third, fourth round you're going to really like what's there. Whereas I think in the third, fourth round in this draft, you're going to have corners, you're going to have edge rushers. Believe it or not, I think you really like tight ends. They'll all be there at that point in time.
The AFC is now stacked with quarterbacks. Your thoughts on just where Trevor got from year 1 to year 2 and what you might expect in year 3?
Well, it was not really a surprise that that's who he is, and what we saw that first year, everybody knows the reasons, whole host of reasons why we didn't get to see the real Trevor. I thought last year, especially being there for that playoff game and seeing that live and in person, it was like, that's Trevor Lawrence. And the crazy part is he's just getting started. So I'm really excited to see where he continues to go. And I know, in the AFC, if you don't have one of these cyborg quarterbacks, you have no shot, and they have one.